Hi, welcome back. In previous lecture, we have configured Kafka Consumer in our application.properties file, right? In this lecture, we'll implement Kafka Consumer to consume a data from the Kafka topic. Well, let's head over to the IntelliJ IDEA and go to the main package. So make sure that you are in a right project. We are going to create a Kafka Consumer in a Kafka Consumer database project. So go to main package over here, right click on it, new, and then choose Java class. Let's give class name as Kafka database consumer, something like this. Hit enter and let's annotate this class with @service annotation. So this will make this class as a Spring Bean, and then let's go and let's create a logger instance. Let's say private static final logger from shell4j, and then variable name, and then logger factory, and then call logger get logger API, and then pass class name, that is Kafka database consumer dot class. Perfect. Now we have created logger instance. Next, create a method. Let's say public void, and let's give method name as consume, and let's annotate this method with @Kafka listener. Well, make sure that you choose Kafka listener annotation from org.springframework.kafka.annotation package. Next, we need to pass topic and group ID to this annotation. So just call topics attribute and then pass the topic name. Well, we have given a topic name as Wikimedia underscore recent change, right? So this is the topic name we have given. Next, we need to also provide the group ID. Well, the group ID that we have given is my group, right? So let's have a group ID over here. So just call group ID attribute and then pass group ID as my group. Okay, perfect. So if you can go to application.properties file, we have given group ID as my group, right? Let's go back to our consumer class, and here you can see for this consume method we need to pass the parameter of type string. So let's say event message. Perfect. Now let's log this message. In order to do that, let's use a logger instance and then use info method, and then use string provided format method to format the string dot format, and then say let's say message received, and then placeholder, and then pass event message. Well, here is a typo. This should be event message received, something like this. Perfect. Now we have implemented Kafka consumer to consume a data from this particular Kafka topic. Okay, now let's run this Kafka consumer and let's see how this works. So in order to run this, what we need to do is we need to just run the Spring Boot this project. So go to main entry point class, alright, and just run this project, and let's see how this Kafka consumer will read the data from the Kafka topic. And there we go, you can able to see in a console event message received. So this is the log statement that we have written in a Kafka consumer, right? So let me go to Kafka consumer, and here you can see the statement event message received. Okay, and in a console you can see event message received. It means that the Kafka consumer that we have written to consume the data from the Kafka topic is working as expected, and you can see the event data. Now let's go ahead and let's run Kafka producer and Kafka consumer together, and let's see the result. So in order to run the Kafka producer, so go to Kafka producer Wikimedia project, okay, and run the project. So by using this main entry point class, you can run the project. Now the Kafka producer is start reading the real-time stream data from the Wikimedia. Right now, parallelly, let's run the Kafka consumer. Well, in order to run the Kafka consumer, go to Kafka consumer database project and go to main entry point class, that is Spring Boot consumer application, and just run this project. And you can see in a console there are two tabs. First tab is Spring Boot producer application, second tab is Spring Boot consumer application, and you can see the logs of Spring Boot consumer application, event, message received. Okay, so parallelly you can see both Kafka producer and Kafka consumer result here. Well, in case of Kafka producer, you can able to see the log, event, data followed by the event, and in case of Kafka consumer, you can able to see the log, event, message received followed by the event. Okay, it means that the Kafka producer and Kafka consumer both are working as expected. Okay, great. In next lecture, what we will do, we will configure MySQL database in our consumer project, and we will see how to save these events into MySQL database. Alright, great. I will see you in the next lecture.